Let's go. Boat first, questions later.
Malady grabs the vessel with 2 hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
I'll be damned if I ever set foot on that island again. Don't care who I have to bury.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The Magisters learned that the hard way.
I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty. Especially as odious a duty as those dead Magisters held. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
So close to escaping.
Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you. The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it.
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something...
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again.
Thank you. We were held captive together on this ship. Nothing. The ship is livewood, that much is clear. But I couldn't commute. Just remember what I said.
I remember this one. His name was Kerbin. His friend's sword couldn't save him, it would appear.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what...
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles, barely.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safe.
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexandar, he's alive.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive. Question him. Someone has been hunting your kind, and Alexandar fancies himself the only Godwoken worthy of ascending. As far as we know, you may even be the last still alive. Yes, we certainly had better.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
You're welcome to try.
What Gareth means to say is don't bother. Livewood will only move when it wants to. Or in this... That's right. The ship's made of an elven ancestor. What we need is a way to control...
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to...
These Seekers have such...
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they?
It's your best that'll save us all.
There must be something around here. Something we're missing.
Ah, there you are. High time to stop gallivanting and resume our journey together, wouldn't you say? Off we go, then. I could have sworn my helmet just jolted when I consumed sauce just now.
Nothing on any of the dead bodies. You made it, Godwoken. Good. Not all of us did, though.
Our survival hinges on getting this ship moving, Godwoken. We're searching...
What am I even looking for? Will I know it when I see
Lady's a sturdy old tub. It'll take a lot to sink her. Good to feel the rolling of the waves. I might actually get a good night's sleep.
I was just getting used to this seafaring life. You know, we could... from the look in your eye, I gather it's time to grab my things and get back to work. Ready? We probably... It's good to be on the open seas again.
Ifan salutes right back, then grabs you in an unexpected bear hug.
Truth be told, I couldn't have done it without your help. But you know, a contract's not complete until you hand it in. So I'm not putting my feet up just yet. Me too. Best damn friend a man could have.
He whistles, and the shaggy wolf appears by his side, panting in that way that makes wolves look like they're laughing. The wolf whines and claws at the ground.
Wouldn't try that if I... He don't take... Afrit's been howling at my side a long time now. Good old boy appears anytime I use sauce. You should have seen him rampage on the day the Magisters collared me. If you'd seen that, you'd know to keep your fingers as far from his jaws as you could. Set sail for Driftwood, I reckon. From there, we can track down my old pack and find out who's behind the contracts to kill Godwoken.
He grunts approvingly. Side by side, you stare together at the wave-dashed horizon.
Hey! You're here! There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room.
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every... So, what'll it be?
I've spotted something.
I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band back together again, hmm? I guess that depends, doesn't it? Look at me. Hard. What do you see?
Lohse leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met. She blows back a lock of white hair, matted with sweat and grime, and holds back a smile from the corners of her lips.
Exactly. Exactly. Your god wants me dead. My god? Devil? Who knows? It wants me. It's getting stronger and I need to outpace it. I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. I can hear its thoughts. It isn't out for blood. It's out for pain. Domination. Total domination. I was wrong to think I could hold it off. I might hurt you. I might hurt anyone. Could you stop me? Really stop me, if it came to that? Do I ever? Still sore from that one. At the time, I wanted you to defend me. I didn't realize how bad things had gotten. I know better now. Something like that happens again, you do what needs to be done. Deal? Well, all right then.
She pinches your cheek, a sparkle in her dim grey eyes.
I knew I could count on you to murder me in a pinch. Let's go, Chief.
Lady Vengeance.
Pretty nice ship, eh? Captain Lohse. Has a ring to it, doesn't it? Depends which one. Most of them seem a little too earnest for my taste. But Malady? She's my kind of girl. In any case, it looks like they're probably going to help me find out whatever's leeching off my magnificent brain. So I'm not too pressed about being in the same boat. Ha, the same boat. Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
Up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. Enough!
Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. Enough!
behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
Yes? Is it an audience? Why, sail for the mainland, of course. The sooner Fort Joy is...
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
There's got to be some clue. Dallas would have trusted someone with a secret, wouldn't she?
What am I even looking for? I know it when I see it. There must be something around here.
The silent monk leans forward slightly and stares at you straight in the... The silent monk leans...
How you doing? You creatures with your legs and arms and your opposable thumbs. You always want to steer the ship. You need to trust the ship. It knows what it's... It goes... La 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 la. Or something like that. It's pretty catchy, but I can't remember how it goes. Oh, she opened it and looked at the marks on the inside. All right, all right. Go to the nose bit of the ship, open the book, look at the markings inside it, sing the song. That's it. Get it right and the ship will dance to your tune. Get it wrong and the ship will kill you. That's always entertaining for me anyway.
I'm glad to see you again, Godwoken, but I can't talk right now. If we don't figure out how to get this ship moving, we're dead.
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say?
He drags a comb through his beard. His face...
All that fighting will be worth less than nothing if we can't.
Oh, please don't stare. It's tiresome. Yes, and had my mask not been human, alas, I am naught but bone until I can find a suitable corpse and a device that allows me to... But you're quite right. I am not... Thankfully, there are answers to be found. I simply need to get to Reaper's Coast, to return to the Black Pit's excavation site.
Whatever I'm looking for.
The only treasure... I was investigating a site where Alas, I was not the only one there. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond. Still, it's good to be on the move again. They simply asked me what I was doing there. I may have used the phrase pathetic mortals, damn fools. The faster we leave them behind, the happier I shall be.
Whatever I'm looking for, I'm not finding it.
Is that... I need to travel to the... Given how well you handled... So, how about it? Really? There's no account...
Dallas wouldn't know what to do with her.
Malady says if we can get the ship to move, we can go home. Home!
Hey! You're here! Pretty nice, but there's got to be another way to get it going. But we can't...
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints audibly pop. She sees you.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alexander the bloody divine himself.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price. No, they had us stand below, chained up in the dark. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks, but I swear I heard chanting and horrible moaning coming from a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us.
The Seeker throws a toxic look at the...
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and use her for arrow practice. Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold. And the other one, all right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the Red until the cage is locked again.
A young Magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexandar's unconscious form. She notices you observing her.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions, lizard. Ranley, Corker's mate, Lady Vengeance. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. There's a shift in the Magister's expression, a flicker of doubt. Then...
I'm a good Magister, loyal. But Dallas, something about her has changed. She's toying with dark magic, like a common sorcerer. She used to sing to the ship. It let her control it. She had this old book of hymns and incantations. It was only ever in her hands.
You spoke, didn't you?
Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the divine. All right.
Ifan grabs you by the sleeve.
Let me work on him. I've got questions that need answers. Answers I can only get from him.
Ifan approaches Alexander, who lies flat on a bare wire. Ifan grabs him by the jaw and shakes violently.
Why did you trigger the death fog before the elves had a chance to escape? Why? What?
No matter how loud Ifan shouts his questions, there is no response from the unconscious Alexander. He reaches his arm back, and you realize he intends to punch Alexander in the face. As if waking from a dream, he turns to you, disoriented. Hesitantly, he drops his fist until it hangs loosely by his side. Sheepish now, he scratches the side of his head with his other hand.
You're right there.
With a nod, Ifan strides away.
I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now. Whatever that Magister told you.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice its unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection. The wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. A six-sided indentation is carved on its forehead, as if a gem or amulet had... The face vanishes. The anguished face appeared. The door is still unmarked, though the memory of the face and its six-sided notch remains with you. The door remains closed. It seems